Hey geeks, it's Glen Kessler from Maryland. You know, the end of the year is a time for reflection, a chance to look back on the people, places, and events that made up the past year and to look forward with optimism to adventures to come in the year ahead. For me, this past year included a cherished father-son trip with my beloved Harrison over Easter break, a month-long painting trip in southern France that capped off with a whirlwind marathon day at Disneyland Paris, and an unbelievable November solo trip where I got to meet new friends and some longtime heroes. So, whether your year included visits to Disney World, Disneyland, or any of the international parks, a trip on a cruise, a stay at Alani, or an adventure by Disney, or whether your year has been full of wishful dreams and careful planning as you gear up for a future trip, I think we can all agree that being Disney fans and having this podcast and its incredible Facebook group has made all our lives a little bit richer and more full of joy. Thank you, Kurt. Thank you, geeks. And cheers to you all in this glorious new year.
Are you ready for a fun-filled hour of food favorites, resort hopping, and hanging out with Disney World geeks? It's now time to go geekin' on Walt Disney World. Here's our dad and co-host. Hollywood was impressed with his performance in crowd scenes at the Indiana Jones stunt show. He never misses an 11 a.m. margarita at the Mexican Pavilion. And Mike Wazowski is still raving about his performance as that guy over at Monsters, Inc. Laugh Floor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Curtis Stone.
Hey, Disney World geeks. This week, we review one of the Fab Five Super Geeks Glen Kessler's solo trip on episode 267 of the Geekin' on Walt Disney World podcast. I am your Geek and Family Podfather, Curtis Stone, and we are the family-friendly father-daughter podcast, also featuring Mama, Auntie Judy, Soul Sister Holly, cousins Jen and EJ, and our Geek and Family will feed your passion for Walt Disney World by sharing our experiences and opinions, as well as others from our community of passionate Walt Disney World geeks. I'm so excited you're here with us, listening to our show, because geeky Disney people are awesome, and we consider you family, part of our Geekin' family. Join us every Monday as we share travel tips, resort reviews, and lots of food talk through our live trip reports, interviews with our Geekin' family members about their trips, and special guest roundtables on fun Disney World topics from Geekin' family members all around the world. And we take pride in the awesome and positive community in our Geekin' family. So come join us to share in our love for Walt Disney World and each other, and I bet you'll learn something to try on your next vacation. If you're listening to the podcast to plan your Disney vacation, you just hit the jackpot. You're in luck. We're Disney travel experts, and we're independent travel agents with Fairy Tale Concierge. Fairy Tale Concierge is a authorized Disney vacation planner agency. Disney World, boy, it can be an overwhelming vacation to plan. And please do plan, whether you use us or not, but let Mama and Auntie Judy explain it all to you and help you create a great plan with fast passes, dining reservations, and tips on the best rooms and resorts in Disney World. And join our mail list, Geek and Gazette, and stay up to date with the latest promotions and info when you're ready to book. Just go to our website, geekinonwdw.com/advice, to request our personalized help. Hey geeks, Happy New Year! I can't believe another year has gone by. It goes by so fast, kind of like a Disney vacation. Well, we just had a bunch of fun doing a top 25 contributors to our Facebook group. There was actually, the list came from the people that contributed during the month of November, because that's kind of like a rolling list that they show me on Facebook for our private Facebook group. But today's guest, it was number one on that list. His name is Glen Kessler, and I include Glen as one of our Fab Five geeks because he's one of the first 5 guests that were on the show, and I love bringing him back all the time on the show. He likely was the number one contributor in the Facebook group because of the postings he did during this solo trip that we're going to review today with him. Boy, I couldn't think of anyone better to give a great New Year's message either than Glenn. What a great intro that was. Awesome, Glenn. Thank you so much. Let's look at the highlights of this trip, and there are so many. Glenn is so insightful, and he's an artist, so he does a great job. He just really sees things in the parks and can describe them so well, like an artist can do. This is a solo trip. I call him my problem child. Thank you so much, Glenn, for using Mama as your travel agent. Even though I know you like booking your own trips and doing a lot of the planning yourself, you're certainly capable, but it was so much fun. And I think Mama, we talk about it. She did some great work for you. I call him a problem child because he switched his resort kind of late in the process. But that's one of the things that we can do for you. So I appreciate that, Glenn. He talks about the mindset of a solo trip. He stays at All-Star Music when it all settles down. And we talk about how nice All-Star Music is for one bus stop. And this is something that you might not hear about unless you ask for it, but you can forfeit your mousekeeping, which is the housekeeping. We call it mousekeeping. And you can get a gift card depending on the amount of nights that you're staying at some of these value resorts for sure. So try that out. This is a great secret tip. The Roxy counter over at the Movies food court has a secret menu. Really cool. He tries the cinnamon bun bacon cheeseburger. I know it doesn't sound really good. And I'm a cinnamon bun lover, but mixing with bacon cheeseburger, he said it was good. I'll take his word for it. He tries out, we talk about food. Hey, Grand Floridian Cafe. He's an expert at talking to strangers, especially when you're on a solo trip. I love that. You can get a lot of fun out of talking with guests while you're on your vacation. Here's one that I really want to try. I actually wrote down a bunch of must-dos for my January trip, but Frontera Coquina? I don't know if I'm saying that right, Glenn. The Mexican restaurant in Disney Springs. Yeah, he talks about some surprise toppings. And even Peter and Holly ate the surprise toppings. Wait till you hear what they are. I don't know that I'm going to eat those, though, Glenn. You didn't talk me into that. He never met Peter before, so that's great. He has some great geekin' meetups while he's down there. They go to Homecoming. He talks about the moonshine flights. Another geekin' favorite, the Brown Derby Lounge. He meets up with the Castros, and they're become good friends through the podcast. They meet up for what Dave Castro told me. And another one that I learned about through the podcast, the pork nachos at the Polynesian. We actually did a Facebook Live. Well, at least we tried. The Wi-Fi wasn't too great, but we tried to do, and that was still fun. Ooh, a couple more I added to my must-do that I'm going to try. I got some quests that I got to do in January. One is to find the spicy cauliflower. I think it's fried, if I remember right. That's over at Magic Kingdom. Also, galactic fries. Oh, Mama was telling me about a fry that has cheese and pork on it, all this gooey stuff. So I'm making my list. He loves to talk about food. And how about tacos of the month at Pecos Bills? I'm loving these hot dogs of the month, milkshakes of the month. Look for those in Magic Kingdom. How about the bacon mac and cheese spring rolls? That is something. There's a short period of time where you can get those over near the Jungle Cruise. I'm all about that. Corn on the cob in Animal Kingdom. I've been hearing about that. I'm excited to try that. He was actually there for both food festivals at the time this fall, including the Food and Wine, of course. And then he actually caught the very beginning of the Festival of the Holidays. So he gets a chance to compare those. That's awesome. Some first-time experiences, Yeehaw Bob. And put that on my list, too, because I'm going to be staying at the French Quarter. And Yeehaw Bob plays over at Port Orleans Riverside. He gets his money's worth at the Early Morning Magic at Hollywood Studios. I recorded a couple of trip reports during my Christmas break here, and Jen Galambos also said that is a great deal, the Early Morning Magic at Hollywood Studios. Yeah, he's an artist. He has an art school, and he has a great artist encounter and getting some career advice. That is awesome to do that, especially if you're down at Disney World and you're an artist. I can't wait, and I hope someday I see him at the art festival. I want to work in his booth and sell all of Glenn's pictures and paintings. Go find him at glenkessler.com and contact him if you want to purchase some of his artwork. He actually tries out Dapper Day, which he said was kind of weird doing that solo. We again talk about advantages of going solo. Hey, you could do whatever you want. How do you beat Buzz Lightyear and get the galactic sticker? You'll find out in this episode. Another story about Pop-Tart magic. I tell you, Glenn is a great planner. He is a researcher. He's got some great tips. He's a master at getting fast passes. Listen to what he says. Oh, an egg sandwich. He knows I'm a big fan of egg sandwiches. That's like my breakfast thing. And he finds one. I know one time I commented, where in the world, I think it was on a live trip report, can I find an egg sandwich in Magic Kingdom? Well, he found one in Frontierland. Thank you so much, Glenn. What's underrated for him? How about Disney Springs Photo Pass near the Void Experience? Yeah, if you're coming out of the garages, go to the right. If you're coming down on the boats from Disney Old Key West or Port Orleans or Saratoga Springs, if you're walking that path, it's down in that end of Disney Springs. Yeah, go check out the Photo Pass. So most of the time it's kind of empty. Overrated. He actually talks about the gingerbread house over at the Grand Floridian. Very interesting. Well, this is another one of those recordings I did during my Thanksgiving break. You'll hear us doing some of that chit chat. But for now, let's run around Disney World, eating and riding all by ourselves and doing whatever we want. Well, this super geek needs no introduction, but I'm going to give him one anyway. And he was our first listener to sport a Geekin' t-shirt in the parks, and he sees the park hours of operation as a direct challenge, especially on this trip. I gotta believe he'll never try camping in a tent at Fort Wilderness again. I'm quite sure of that. And he was the first to coin the phrase, "It's 11 a.m. somewhere." Please give a warm Geek and Family welcome to Super Geeker Glen Kessler. Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Kurt. Hey, geeks. How you guys doing?
We're doing great because we're not working. It's almost as good as being down in Disney World. Nice holiday weekend. So I'm so glad you can join me here in the morning, Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And you just went on a trip, I know, because you've been posting it in our Facebook group, meeting up with our geeks. And how was your trip to Disney World?
It was incredible, Kurt. Yeah, it's just been 36 hours since I was last on Orlando soil, so I'm happy to record this fresh. Yeah, I had a great time. I mean, I'm going to call it a solo trip because I definitely flew on the airplane by myself. But as we'll talk about, there's nothing solo any longer about being part of this community.
I love that. It's so true. We always got people there. You don't have to be alone if you're part of this Geek and Family.
That's a fact.
And, well, I want to thank you, too, for booking with our travel agency. That was so nice if you didn't have to do that, and working with Mom on your room reservation.
Absolutely. Happy to support you guys and everything that you do in any way that we can. So, it was fun, easy, and, Mama and Judy are just fantastic.
We so appreciate that. But Mama says you're a problem child.
Oh, was I? Yeah, I did. I was originally booked for like a 5-day trip, and then she and I started looking at airfare and rooms, so we had to change. But she was awesome. She was able to tack on extra days and do some of her mama magic.
Yeah, she told me it wasn't easy because I don't know how close it was because you booked pretty early, but then the change we were trying to get for you, you had to switch resorts a little bit too, didn't you, to get the full time altogether?
That's right. I mean, I charged her with finding me the cheapest place on property. So Originally, I think it was sports, maybe it was movies, and then a better deal showed up at music. So we ended up switching resorts.
Oh, okay. And she had to string it all together. She had to get on the phone with them to make this all happen. I know that. So.
Oh my goodness! Well,
no problem.
She earned her $5 or whatever you got off my tiny little commission right there.
You know what though? You're easy. I'm just teasing you with the problem child. That was just.
I appreciate it.
I just had to give you a hard time, but it was. She does a great job, and so does Auntie Judy and EJ and Jennifer. So appreciate you. It helps us, go on more of trips, and bring that information back to the community too.
Absolutely. Well, my pleasure.
And this is weird, a weird trend. I think you're not the first, but solo trip. I would never think to do that, but that's what this was, wasn't it, Glenn?
It was, and it's nothing new for me either. This in the last 12 months, this is now my third solo trip. I went down to Disney World last November when I started with an annual pass. That started as a 4-day solo trip that then got tacked on. My wife came down and we did our anniversary down there for 2 or 3 days, and then after that, she left, and my parents came down with my eldest son, and we did another couple of days there, leading right into Thanksgiving. And then this past summer, I was up in France for a month doing an art workshop.
That's right.
And ended that workshop flying out of Paris. I had an extra day, so I went to Disneyland Paris by myself.
That's right.
So this was a big one though. This was 8 days all solo. It was definitely a major undertaking to put together the plan and a really interesting kind of mindset. And I'm sure that's what we'll talk about. Some of the things that go into planning and standing in lines and rides and the length of the trip and all that stuff. And of course, I know people want to hear about the awkwardness factor of a solo trip.
Yeah, I'm just going to wind you up and let you go. I know this is going to be easy for me. We love having Glenn on. He's got some great introspections into Disney World. And now that you were just there by yourself doing you basically did whatever you wanted to do, didn't you?
That's the idea, I was just there in March with Harrison. We did that podcast, and that was so much out of my comfort zone, as we talked about. He's scared of the big rides, so we did some really unconventional things for me, relaxing and checking out parades and things like that.
Right, slowing down.
Yeah, but this was just an opportunity for me to do whatever I wanted.
Did you go full stink the whole 8 days?
You know it. I tallied up the mileage and the steps and everything like that. The iPhone keeps track of that.
Yeah.
77 and a half miles. I think it was 214,000 steps over the week.
I'm not going to do the math, but that's a lot of steps every day, right?
Yeah. It was about 10 miles every day.
Oh, that's a lot of stepping. That's over 20,000 steps every day, I'm sure.
Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All right. Well, we love to talk about the resort and the room. And what'd you think? You stayed at the All-Stars before, I believe, right?
Yeah, I did sports during the solo trip last year. Again, just to kind of have the cheapest place on property when it's just a solo trip, and if you are someone who goes full stink, I'm not in the room very much, so I don't don't need to pay extra. But I like the perks of staying on site, extra magic hours and magical express, and kind of the quickness and ease of being able to get to the property. So, but as always, I was pleasantly surprised with the Disney resort. Music is in the middle of the 3 All-Stars.
Right.
So it's easy to walk. I actually think that these are very small properties. I think they're definitely smaller than you expect based on, the fact that they're all these different buildings scattered around, but especially if you're going from bus stop to bus stop, kind of at the front of the resort, it can't be more than about a 5-minute walk from one to the next. That's one of the good things, I think, about staying at the All-Stars is, which you could see it as a negative that there's 3 bus stops, but I saw it as a positive because many times I'd leave a park and the music bus wouldn't be there, but the sports bus would be. So I'd grab a ride on that one and get there and do a 5-minute walk.
Good tip. Yeah, they're not that far. You're exactly right. I don't think they're far at all. And there's only one bus stop for each one, right? And they do now service just that resort, whether it's music or movies or sports, right?
I think it depends on how busy or, what time of day it is. Like in the middle of the day when there weren't a lot of crowds, there was one bus for all 3. But morning and night, if you're going with the groups, then it's one for each resort.
True. Mm-hmm. Is there something that we call the best feature of these resorts, the All-Stars?
Well, I mean, I think price continues to be, my number one reason for going there. But, I'm always surprised by how good the quality is. I mean, the rooms were clean. They worked. I mean, everything was functional. Everything looked nice. It was pretty spacious. I mean, obviously I was by myself, but you could easily fit a 4, maybe even 5 in there if you needed to.
Did you forfeit your mousekeeping?
They didn't ask this time. I wish I had asked. I wish I had remembered to ask that at the beginning because I surely didn't need it. I mean, I was like ruffling up one bed.
That's what I was thinking. Mom spent a lot of time talking to them when we were checking in, and that was one of the things she and Judy made sure that they asked for it. So that's a good tip for you guys.
Yeah.
That is one of the resorts, at least right now. I know that was kind of a pilot that they were trying. You could actually forfeit and get a Disney gift card for your troubles, depending how long you stay. Obviously, you get more or less. All right. Very good. Did you try the quick service there at all?
I didn't try the quick service at Music, but I did for my final meal of the trip, run over to Movies and try their secret menu. So this is a fun experience. And I would definitely recommend, if you're staying at any of the All-Stars, try to put this on your itinerary. And you can Google it if you want to see pictures and such, but at the All-Star Movies, it's only at Movies, they have multiple counters, as many of these, kind of places do. And you go to the Roxy counter, R-O-X-Y, Roxy counter, and ask them for the secret menu. So they'll bring out a metal briefcase. It looks very kind of like Dick Tracy, James Bond kind of metal.
Cool.
They open it up, and inside are Viewmasters, the old Viewmaster that you flip through, put it on your eyes. Kids, Google it, find out what that is. But I'm old enough to remember that. And it was so cute. You put it up, and it's clear as a bell, an image of each of the items and then a description of it as you flip through the Viewmaster. And
wow. What are some of the options on that? I never heard this. I thought
thought
I was a geek.
No, this was a rare find. I love it. And I wish they would have more things like this. I grinned the entire time, from asking for it to watching them make it to eating it to, talking with other people as they looked at my plate and was like, what the heck is that thing you're eating right there?
Don't you think though, this is something creative that the people at that quick service, at the Music quick service, has dreamed up themselves?
I would love to hope that it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like the Whispering Canyon hijinks and the ketchup and all that. I understand that was also created by the cast members that worked there.
I think so. I think Disney gives latitude, and if they come up with something fun, they go with it.
Well, this was certainly fun.
Nice.
I ended up getting the cinnamon bun bacon cheeseburger, which is exactly what it sounds like. Instead of a regular bun, it's a cinnamon bun that the burger is in between.
Wow. I love cinnamon buns, but I don't know that I'd put a burger in it. So tell me, did you like it?
Oh man, I had my reservations before ordering it too. I was like, right up until I was going to order it, I was like, this sounds gross. But a couple of people I'd heard, reviewing it and say, no, it's pretty good when you get the sweet and the salty. And I'm so glad I tried it because it was really good. Wow. And I'm not a sweet guy. I don't like a lot of sweet foods. I really, even on this trip, that was about the only sweet that I had.
Yeah.
But it was really good when you combine the gooey sweetness from the cinnamon bun with the saltiness and the cheese and the bacon and everything like that. It really works.
I might be inclined to separate those two, but anyways, leave it to Disney to put them all together. Do you remember what else was on that viewfinder?
Can't remember everything. There was definitely a kind of a funky fries dish, like a poutine fries dish that's not available normally at that. And they have some drinks and things like that. And I don't want to ruin all the magic. So that's go fun. There and check it out.
All right, good thing. Mm-hmm. I like that. We stayed at the All-Star Sports, and my take on the food court was nothing really jumped out at me as unique or different. I ended up having like a barbecue burger that I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like something unique, but that's really cool to make it fun. I love it. Anything else we want to talk about for All Stars?
No, I think that's probably about it. I mean, they have cute little pools that they don't have slides there, but they do have features that spout water, and there's always a party going on there. I didn't partake in water activities this time. Music, where I was, the theme for their main pool is the Three Caballeros. So I've got to bring Harrison there, my guy from the last trip, who is in love with the Three Caballeros, and he can go to that pool.
Oh, we know he loves the Mexican boat ride. That's like his favorite ride at Disney World. We learned last time you were on. That's hysterical. Well, we always love, what our favorite topic is on this podcast. And if you go solo, you get to eat whatever you want to eat, don't you?
I am an adventurous eater, and oftentimes when I go with other people, we have to go to, the Nuggets place and the Burgers place. But on this trip, you're right, I got to go wherever I wanted to and really push the envelope, not just cinnamon burger thing, but wow. Where to start? Grand Floridian Cafe, I think, is a real find. I
hadn't planned on eating there. It just kind of worked out that I was in that neighborhood.
Yes.
And I started looking. It's a sit-down restaurant, even though it says cafe, so it's a table service,
right.
which is good if you have annual pass or DVC. You can get that discount. It's right inside of the main building. It's got, a ton of great sandwiches and salads and things like that. I ended up getting the Eggs Benedict. They had 3 different types, lobster, plain, and I got chorizo, Eggs Benedict. And it was just outstanding. It was so good.
Yeah. Was that you were there for breakfast?
No, this was lunch. So they continue to serve the omelets, not the omelets, the Eggs Benedicts through the day. I don't know if they serve it with dinner, but this was kind of a late lunch.
I would put this on my hidden gem, and it's one of those ones that you could probably get if you don't have a reservation, possibly. It's pretty big too, right? So
yeah, it was pretty big. Now, I walked up as just a solo, just one person at maybe 1:30 in the afternoon, so not peak time, and I did have a 15-minute wait. But what you can do also is you can walk up and give them your name and your phone number. They take your phone number and they'll text you when it's done. So if you walked in, kind of checked in and then went and looked at the resort, kind of peeked in.
Oh, cool.
You'll get a text and then you just come on back.
Excellent. Is it kind of awkward to go eat alone?
We're getting right into the question. Yeah, the awkward thing. So I think you definitely have to be a person who's okay with being alone. That there is a little bit of an awkwardness to it in some situations. I'll tell you though, today everyone's got their phones out. Everyone's, kind of interacting and comfortable just kind of living in that world solo. So, I really never felt the entire trip. I never felt like I was truly alone, whether it was talking with people around me. And that's something that I think is a really, interesting hidden gem of a solo trip.
You come across to me as a guy who has no problem interacting and meeting new people.
I swear when I was a kid, I was an introvert.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened. But now, I'll go talk to anyone now because, I went to see Yeehaw Bob on this trip. We'll get to that maybe a little bit later. Yeah. And he runs a real fun show. One of the things he says to get people, kind of interacting and out of sitting on their chairs and jumping around and stuff like that, he says, you're never going to see these people again.
Yeah.
And I kind of held on to that for the whole trip. I was like, you know what? I'm never going to see these people again. I don't have to become Facebook friends or give them a card or something like that. I could just, enjoy my time in a conversation with someone and then move on and, have fun. And if it's a great time, you got a story and a memory. And if it isn't, then you just kind of say, oh, that was awkward. Let's move on.
I hate awkward silence. No matter, I'm kind of an introvert and I got to push myself a little bit, quite honest with you. When I'm in there with my recorder, though, I am looking for someone who's talkative. If I find I won't walk up to somebody and necessarily strike up a conversation. But if they start a conversation with me, you know where they're going to end up, don't you? On my podcast.
That's funny. Yeah, I should have a button or something like that says, call Kurt. If you're nice, talk to Kurt. Well, the fun thing, though, when you travel with a group, when you travel with your family or friends or with a group, you're interacting with them, right? You're talking with them. You're in conversations with them. When you're traveling solo, the world is your potential, kind of conversational.
Makes sense.
And you can you'll talk a little more to the bartenders or the waiters. You'll talk a little more to the person in front or behind you in the line. And so I really relish the opportunity to connect with people. And, the reason I go on these solo trips, the reason I go to Disney, honestly, period, is it's not just the rides. There are rides, around us. Right. It's not just the food. We have great food around us in DC, but it's the mindset of the people. It's how positive and how optimistic everyone is, and that you can go up to strangers and talk to them and have really wonderful conversations. And you're reminded that you're all part of one broader culture, that you're not separated by differences, but connected by similarities. I just really enjoy that about that place.
So true. And I am an introvert, but I encourage those of you that aren't introverted to break out of your shell, whether it's hugging a character or dancing with a character or talking with a stranger. You're going to really enhance your vacation for sure.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah. All right. We're talking about food, Glenn.
Oh yeah, we can't get sidetracked here.
Let's stay to the script.
Yes. Well, how about some Disney Springs?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Frontera Cocina, and this is the Mexican place in the Landing, and I'd not been there before, but when about a month ago I saw that they were offering a really eccentric dish, I knew I had to go there. This was guacamole with a special topping, crickets, dried crickets.
What? What?
I've never had bug before, but if I'm going to try something, I'm going to try it at Disney.
Wow, that does not sound good, Glenn, but it was any good.
Yeah, many people have shut off the podcast. It's like, this is
what?
No, they were remarkably good. They just kind of tasted like peanuts. Like they have kind of a nutty flavor. They're a little crunchy and not much flavor over top of the guacamole, but it was good. And at this point, for this meal, Peter and Holly, Team Burkes, had joined me, and they ate it as well. They were bold and daring. And
Holly ate dried crickets.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a talk with her.
Oh no!
Hey,
to have a talk with you. We're going to try some crickets next time you go down.
I told her to stay away from the people in the trench coats with the with the raccoons in the trench coats.
That was me this time. I'm going to eat bugs.
Wow! Did you have fun with Holly and Peter?
I love those people. My God, they're like I don't know, friends, siblings. It's amazing how similar, how just kind of.
Yeah.
I'd never met Peter before in my life. This was my first time meeting Peter. Holly, I only met the one time last year.
Right.
You meet them, and it's just like you're hanging out with old friends.
So true.
It's a remarkable thing.
Absolutely. I think you had a couple of those. Well, I know someone else you met. Maybe you met more, but we'll keep going. All right. So the Mexican, forgot that. I'll have to write. I'm writing down your notes actually as you're talking because I'm making my must-do list for January.
Excellent. Well, I put it on the list, and it wasn't very expensive either, so it's definitely something you could try and share, and kind of.
All right. Take pictures of.
Homecoming after that. We tried the deviled eggs. Peter talked about the hush puppies being really good there, and I'm from Maryland, and hush puppies for me are like sawdust, smushed together. I mean, it's not something I would ever seek out. But he was raving about these hush puppies, and and they were totally different than the hush puppies I'd ever had. Much looser, wetter. Really flavorful and great. Came with a pimento cheese dip and a kind of a spicy jelly, and that has turned me around on hush puppies. So
very good.
Art Smith knows what he's talking about there. And I also had a moonshine flight. That actually came from you guys, from you and Lindsay heading over there and drinking all your moonshine, and got me excited about trying that.
We had the moonshine lemonade. I don't recall having a flight, but we had the moonshine. Oh no, moonshine margarita was what I had there. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a highlight there for sure. So how was the flight?
The flight was good. I actually put myself completely in the hands of the bartender, because they hand you a list of moonshines that you can choose 3 from, and I don't know, there's got to be 15 on the list.
Sure,
a lot. So I said, I have no idea what to do with this. You just pick 3 for me. Tell me what I'm drinking.
I'm with you there.
And that was good. So we had a lot of fun. He made me take the shot first before he told me what it was. That was like our little game.
Wow.
Told me the order to do them in, which was really, I thought, wonderful. So yeah, I had a kind of a spicy one to start, a sweet one second, and then a spicy one to end with. And it was really, really great.
Amazing what they do with moonshine there.
Yeah.
All right. Keep going.
How about Brown Derby Lounge? So, being a solo traveler, the lounge makes a lot more sense for me than going in and sitting down and taking all that time.
I totally get that, especially at Brown Derby. That makes sense. And is there like a bar there to sit at now? I think there is, right? Or did you sit at the table?
Well, yeah, they have tables. There is a bar outside, but it's just for like walk up and grab.
Yeah, okay.
They don't really have any seats there, I don't think.
Right.
But there are about a dozen tables, I want to say, outside.
Yeah.
So it's outside of Brown Derby Lounge, facing the main drag there. So you get to see and hear the Star Wars March.
Yeah.
You can watch people walk by. It's great for that.
We love that spot. That's one of our favorites.
I love it too. And those, I don't know what you feel about it, but the I don't know if they're called Streetmosphere characters when they are hanging out with you in the restaurant, but they actually come and walk through the period. Characters walk through the lounge as well as inside. So
I was with Holly and her mom there, and we had one of those come up, and I recorded it for one of our live recordings. So
was that at the lounge or that was inside?
Yeah, it was, absolutely. It was right outside there. Yeah.
I gotcha. I didn't realize they were outside. I thought you guys were inside on that. So very cool.
Paige Turner was her name.
Yeah, Paige Turner. I love it. I actually know a person named Paige Turner. That's her actual name. She's an artist.
Yes. Let's everyone remember, Glenn is our official artist of the Geekin' on WDW podcast.
Oh, and we've got a story coming up for that.
Oh, I'm wondering. I can't wait. My dream is, and I'm sure it might be part of your dreams, is to be at the art festival one of these days.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you displaying there. I'll help you out. I'll stay in your booth for a while if you'll
that sounds good.
If you'll have me.
Couple of steps to take before we get there, but
all right.
Yeah, I was asking questions this trip, as I always do. How do you become one of those guys? So
I know you met one of the artists down there too, so we got to cover that.
Yeah, definitely. We can get to that a little later. So, at Brown Derby Lounge, I always get the Cobb salad, and I get the mini Cobb salad, which I thought was the only one you can get out at the lounge, but no, you can get the big one as well out there. So I didn't know that, but the little one was perfect for me, and kind of keeps you light and going. And then I had a nice drink out there, the absinthe minded. I got introduced to absinthe this summer in France.
All right.
And wanted to try Disney's take on it. Pretty good.
That's like a liqueur of some sort, right?
Yeah, I mean, original absinthe has wormwood, like a lot of wormwood in it, which is a.
I didn't know we were going to go have a bugs. We're going to be dominating this podcast.
Didn't sign up for a Bug's Life here, but no, that they've reduced the amount of absinthe. You can still serve it. I mean, it's outlawed to have a certain quantity of absinthe of the wormwood in the absinthe, but whatever, a little bit of it, you get the flavor. It's got kind of a licoricey, kind of spicy flavor to it.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, good ones. Keep going.
Oh, I think that's probably it for kind of sit downs. And I did have a really wonderful experience at the Nomad Lounge again. I love the charred octopus that they serve at Tiffin's, and was happy to find that they'll serve that at the Nomad Lounge as well. So
I didn't know they would do that, but I've heard it's the appetizers menu from the restaurant at Tiffin's that you get at Nomad, right?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll actually serve. I mean, they don't list it on the menu, but they'll bring you pretty much anything from Tiffin's.
Okay, makes sense.
That you want. And appetizers, I should say, starters and such like that.
It's right there.
Not any full entrees. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, you love that. Everyone loves the Nomad Lounge, right?
Yeah, I think it's just such a beautiful lounge. I ate inside on the last trip, outside this time, and you can hear the. I can't tell if it's the Pandoran bugs or if it's the Africa bugs that you're hearing.
Yeah, sure.
Maybe a little bit of both.
No, they have some good atmosphere when you're walking into Pandora there with the like you said, the kind of the creatures in the woods noises.
It's really nice. So what else for food was, Captain Cook's nachos. I finally got over to Captain Cook's.
Oh, yeah.
The pork nachos.
That's right. We were on Facebook Live on a Friday night, and you were there with the Castros.
Yeah, and I apologize. The Wi-Fi connection was terrible out there. So I know
surprising. Surprising that it was.
I watched the rebroadcast, and actually we were more consistent with the video stream than I thought we were, because you had frozen a lot of times. And that's why we were just kind of like, we'll give up on this. But hopefully it wasn't too bad for listeners.
Hey, it was fun. Hey, it's technology. I'll take what I can get. I can live with it. It was fun. You guys have become good friends, because I know they visited Washington, where the area that you live, and you guys have. Well, Glenn's got like 6 kids, and they got 20. They have 20 kids, and you all get together.
No, it's remarkable. So the Castros, they've got 3 kids. We've got 3 kids. We have a lot of shared experiences, between us, and it was really fun to connect with them. And totally happened because of the podcast. They came to Maryland, and now I got to return the favor and visit them down there. So we had a great time. Not only did we eat nachos, but we toured the park and did games and stuff like that. I've
just missed them twice. I was in Miami with my son Benjamin for a baseball thing, and they lived there. Now they've moved up like an hour away from Disney World, I believe. And so we just missed them on my last trip. And so this time I'm going to be there for 2 weeks. There's got to be no way we won't miss them. I think that we'll see them too. So
no, you can't miss them. They're not only are they fun and just good, genuine people, but those kids are so beautiful. They're such sweet children and handsome and beautiful children. And, just really a fun time to hang out with them.
I love it. All right.
Awesome.
Actually, so you did a lot of quick service. What's some of your favorite quick service spots?
Yeah, lots of quick service. That actually worked better with being a solo.
Sure. Yeah, it makes sense.
So not having to sit down. At Disney Springs, I tried the Four Rivers, I think it's called Cantina food truck. So this is a new one. The Four Rivers Cantina is apparently, this is a place that has brick and mortar stores through Florida. And then they have a food truck that is kind of where it's near World of Disney, kind of over.
Yes, I think Holly talked about this. Were you with her at that time too?
No, not at this time, but it's definitely a beloved commodity for Floridians, I think.
Yes, she talked fondly of it. What did you have there?
I had they have a taco cone, so they take
nice.
like a flour tortilla, deep fry it in a cone shape, and then just fill it with stuff. I got barbacoa. It's got the street cheese and lettuce and stuff like that. I thought the flavors were outstanding, but I did think that it was a little less food than I was expecting for the price. I mean, coming from a truck, it was $13, and I was expecting it to be a little more. Now the cone's huge, but it was filled with lettuce for the bottom third, and it was empty on the top third. So it was really just the middle third that had food in it.
Right. Okay, yeah. Which is not typical. I was just doing a show recently this morning. We were talking about the extremes of Disney World. I think everything is usually at the extreme, like extreme food. You're either extremely hungry or extremely stuffed.
Right.
There's like no in between usually.
Yeah, I ate so much on this trip. It was like, when can I squeeze more food in?
Oh,
it was
really?
Like a challenge. It's like my belly was so full, and I said, but there's this thing I really have to get, and I'm here now.
Oh, cool. Well, tell us more of this. I love this kind of snacking around the world.
Yeah, snacking around. That's exactly what I did. So went to the daily poutine. I got the Latin poutine, which is on yucca instead of potato. And that was really tasty,
nice.
I thought.
You sound really influenced by Holly, I got to tell you.
Do I? You guys are all voices in my head. I think at this point, you are my monologue, my internal monologue. I can't separate it anymore.
I think, this is, what is that? Like mind, we're controlling your mind.
You've brainwashed me.
Brainwashing. I think so. It's funny when I'm talking with people and they'll throw these little things that I seem to be very subtle about, and then they'll come back at me from the guest on the show. I love it every single time.
That's too funny. We are hive mind at this point, I think. What else? This was going to be in my kind of hidden, underrated kind of things, but I'll let you know about it now, is the spicy cauliflower in the Magic Kingdom at the Golden Outpost. So this is way past, it's kind of between Pirates and Splash on the outer rim of the Magic Kingdom. And they've got deep fried items over there, but the spicy cauliflower with a ranch dipping sauce is so good and refreshing.
I'm thinking of Jennifer when you say this. For some reason, I got a feeling she's talked about this, but the location you're describing doesn't ring a bell with me.
Yeah, it's you've walked past it, or maybe you don't even walk past it because you're either going to Splash or you're going to Pirates, and rarely do you connect those two. I was back there from the doing the Pirates adventure, which is their scavenger hunt through Adventureland, which I did a couple of times and did with the Castros, and it's back there. But it was refreshing. It was spicy. The cauliflower and the breading is spicy to start with, but then you cool it off with the ranch. I thought it was just a home run of a snack.
Very unique. I wrote that one down.
Excellent. What else? So I love Mr. Kamal's fries, which are the kind of Greek-inspired almost fries at Animal Kingdom. But there was a special menu, a secret menu item at Cosmic Rays in Magic Kingdom.
Really?
That was fries topped with bacon and cheese, but also like super spicy Cheeto dust. that was crushed. I think they called it galactic fries or something like that. But it was really good. These little bright red, very spicy, like jalapeno kind of spicy Cheez-Its that are just crushed over top of it. I thought that was really, really tasty too.
Oh, wow. That was at Ray's.
At Cosmic Ray's.
Cosmic Ray's.
And had to try, at Pecos Bill's, had to try the tacos of the month. They have the mojo pork right now.
Nice.
That's November, and it was delicious. Their soft tacos is the only problem. I would prefer hard tacos, but they're soft tacos, and the mojo pork, and a nice white dressing on top of there. And of course, you go to Pecos Bill's, you can get a million toppings and make every bite taste a little different than the last. So
I like these things of the month. They also, is it only Magic Kingdom that's doing it? Because Casey's has the hot dog of the month, and then right across they have a milkshake of the month too. So
that's right. Well, I ate that Casey's hot dog of the month too. That was a poutine this month. So if anyone's going down in November, you got another week, right?
Yeah. Nice.
It was poutine, and I thought it was going to be the poutine toppings on top of a hot dog. The cheese curds and the gravy, but they actually put a whole order of French fries. And then the poutine toppings on top of the hot dog. And
remember my comment about the extremes of Disney World?
there you go.
How big is that hot dog, Glenn?
Well, I didn't get the footlong because I knew that was going to be too much. I got the footlong on a previous trip, and it was just obscene. It's just too much for.
That's the word for it. Obscene is the word for it.
Yeah, but no, it's a meal and a half already, just at the regular size. Do not get the footlong unless you are starving.
Yeah, sharing
unless
it.
You are eating with friends, or unless you're EJ Cruz.
And you have a tapeworm.
Going to the electric chair, right?
Excellent.
Awesome. What else? We had to try the, I don't know if this is a special of the month or if this is just a new thing, but bacon, mac and cheese, egg rolls, or spring rolls, actually.
Wow, and where's that?
This is even harder to describe. This I don't think even has a name. It's simply a little cart right next to Jungle Cruise, between Jungle Cruise and heading towards Pirates. There's an ice cream trailer thing right there, and then right next to it has the egg rolls, and they've got the cheeseburger egg roll, which I think they keep on the menu always, but the bacon mac and cheese, it is so good. It is definitely worth a little trip over there, and just comes with two of them, so they go fast.
Yeah, and I think they're only there for a very 11 to 1 or something. They're there's a time limit on those things.
Oh wow, I'm glad I caught them then.
Yes, and you could easily miss them, so be on the lookout. It's got to be on your must-do list. Like Glenn hunted them down, and that's what you got to do.
Absolutely. Another super favorite, the Lisa Green special, is the roasted corn over at Animal Kingdom near.
This is a new one. This is a new one on me because I heard about it when her son was at the college program, and he was actually serving them up. That was kind of the first time I heard about them. Right. But we didn't really talk about the taste and flavor. And I just, again, this morning I was talking to someone and she said they're amazing. The butter, they're dipped in something and some spice or something on them.
Yeah, all three of the parts that go into this are just outstanding. They're cooking the corn on a grill, so it's gone caramelized. You've got the brown char on the outside.
Oh, wow.
And then they dip it in the butter and use that butter then not only as flavor but as glue for this incredible sprinkle that they put on top. They call it curry flavored, but there's lots of stuff in there, and it's just outstanding. Bruna said she had 6 of them on her recent trip. I only got 1, but I definitely see the allure for that many.
How'd you know? I just did Bruna's trip report 2 days ago. No one's heard it yet. Did she put that on our Facebook group?
She did. She posted on Facebook. I think after I posted a picture of it, she said, yeah, it was so good. We had 6 of them, which is a shocker because I remember her pre-trip report, how much food she had planned. So the fact that she got in anything else beyond those meals is truly remarkable, let alone 6 corn cobs.
Yeah, she did the deluxe dining plan.
Crazy. That's a job. I couldn't do it.
It's work. It's like work.
It's a lot of work. You want to talk about the food festivals for a little later, or hit that now?
Did we cover all your favorite quick service yet?
Those are all the quick service.
All right. Yeah, that's a good transition. Let's go, because you did food and wine, right?
I actually was, I arrived on the last day of Food and Wine and stayed long enough to catch the first day of the Festival of the Holidays. So got to enjoy both food festivals.
Oh, so what's the difference, you think?
Well, I mean, to start off with, the Food and Wine has got, I think, 30 booths, and Festival of the Holidays only has 11.
Okay, there you go.
They don't have anything in Future World. No kiosks in Future World for the Festival of the Holidays. So it's solely up in the World Showcase.
Makes sense.
They have a lot more sweet items with the Holiday Festival.
Yeah, okay.
There's more savory, maybe 3 savory and 1 sweet for Food and Wine. It's either 2 and 2, or sometimes just 1 savory item and 2 or 3 sweet items.
Okay, cool.
For the holidays. But, it's the same little plates, really, exotic things that are connected to, if not countries for Festival of the Holidays, at least regions and ideas of what that region would serve.
Okay.
So for the Food and Wine, I had to try, for Food and Wine, I had the benefit of everyone's advice over 90 days of trying it to hear. So got to cherry pick things like the Greek nachos, which are so good. The charcuterie cone from Italy, which has like spiced meat, smoked meats, like pepperoni type meats and cheeses in a cone.
Nice.
I was overwhelmed. I've never had this before from the Japan pavilion, beef nigiri. So this is the little individual pieces of sushi with the thumb-sized piece of rice underneath, and then 2 slivers of beef on top. And it kind of had like a pickled relish on top, and a little, maybe like a wasabi. Wow. It was so good. It was a revelation. I wish there would be more of this at local sushi places by me.
Yeah, right.
But
nice.
That was outstanding.
Good deal to hit both of these festivals at the same time.
Absolutely.
They don't have the celebrations of holidays like with, I'm going to call him Santa Claus. I think I was looking up, someone was asking me. I didn't see that they had that this year.
They do actually. We caught when I was standing in line at the France, one of the Festival of the Holidays things kiosk. French Santa was there. I forget his name, but he was there, and
storytellers.
I think we still do that. I think that's part of it.
Okay. They're storytellers, right?
That's right.
Yeah. Okay. Good. All right. I was worried there. I didn't see it. It's not posted on the website.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, they have they're storytellers, and they're also. I walked past they have one for Israel for Hanukkah and stuff. All right. And so they had a performer outside. He was not only talking, but he was singing songs. He was kind of getting everyone involved in singing Hanukkah songs, things you'd not heard before.
Okay,
not just dreidel, 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 but some fun things.
Outstanding. I love it. Did you do anything for the first time on this trip?
Lots of first-time things. And this was so special about being a solo traveler. I was able to kind of pick what I wanted to do, even if nobody else wanted to do it. I've always wanted to see Yeehaw Bob.
Yes. I'd never seen him either. And we're going to be staying at the French Quarter, at least. So it probably wouldn't be too difficult to get over there to see Yeehaw Bob. Yeah. What'd you think?
I thought it was outstanding. I'd heard a little bit of his act online before, and just thought it sounded like really a lot of fun. And then when I was able to be there in person, it's even better than you think. He's a song and dance man. He's not he doesn't have the greatest voice, but he gets everyone involved, and he's just a riot. I mean, he's so much fun. Gets people standing, dancing, moving, singing, just interacting, and it's just so much fun.
It sounds like my karaoke act. Can't sing, but he gets everybody going.
There you go. Well, you get a couple of drinks in you. None of that really matters.
True enough.
So they do that for those who don't know, they do it at the River Roost, which is a bar basically with a little bit of seating, and they'll serve food over at Port Orleans Riverside. And he starts at 8:30.
Okay.
Does about an hour and a half, takes a little intermission, and then comes back for maybe 45 more minutes. So I stayed for the first half, 8:30 to 10, and when he took the intermission, I headed out. But just great.
I'm putting it out on my list. I got to tell Mom and Judy, I'm not going to have the choices like you had being solo, but I'm gonna put my orders in.
There you go.
I love it.
Yeah, I was surprised. He's been doing that act for 21 years.
Oh my.
1997.
That's awesome. That's
incredible. It changes. It's more Disney-fied now.
Sure. But that's, yeah, there are certain things that Disney World people love, and they are enduring to. Especially, I love it that it's only at that resort, and that's something that people can look forward to. All right, what else did you do for the first time?
Well, right after Yeehaw Bob, I was exhausted. Actually, it was 10 o'clock, and I'd been going hard that day, so I figured I would just head home.
Yeah.
And so I was at Port Orleans Riverside and needed to get back to All Star Music. So I said, well, I'll take the nice boat ride down to Disney Springs and then catch a bus from Disney Springs to,
because
to music.
For you new guys, you can't go from resort to resort on a bus.
Right. And I could pay for an Uber, but, I figured let's enjoy the night weather and everything like that. So I went on the boat. Well, at the boat launch, which is right outside of where the River Roost is.
Yeah.
There were three guys, in their 30s or so waiting for the boat. And it was just the four of us. And we'd all had a little bit to drink already. And so we just started talking. And before I knew it, we're making plans to go hang out at Raglan Road and catch some live Irish music. So I hung out with these complete strangers for the next 2 hours. Went to Raglan Road, caught the music. So that was my first time going to Raglan Road, first time hanging out with strangers. They were nice guys. I mean, they were very...
That's awesome. That's very
similar.
That's a good excuse. I love the Irish entertainment. Was it dancing and singing and Irish foolery?
Yeah, it was a little bit of all of that. There was a band of four, a lead singer, who was dancing and getting people involved. They moved the tables out, from the front and let people start dancing. And it was just great. Yeah, there was a bridal shower or something going on there. Like there were some crazy hijinks going on in there. It's just a cool scene. It's a real fun scene. Everyone's dancing and singing and letting loose.
This sounds like a Kenny Chesney song that I know. We went out last night. We weren't supposed to go do anything, and ended up. What time did you get home that night?
Yeah, 1 o'clock. Yeah, that was a rough day, actually. That was and this is kind of what solo trips can be about, is just like going nuts. So that morning, I had woken up at 7 a.m. and rope dropped Epcot, left Epcot to go to Magic Kingdom, left the Magic Kingdom to go to the Contemporary to meet another podcast, couple. Came back to the Magic Kingdom and hung out with the Castros. That's when we did the Facebook Live with you.
Wow.
The Castros, and I then went to to the Polynesian to eat the nachos.
Yeah.
They drove me over to Port Orleans Riverside to catch Yeehaw Bob, and then I took the boat with these strangers over to Raglan Road and went to bed at 1 o'clock in the morning. It was a crazy day.
Wow, I don't know where else in the world you can do something like that. That is just like an amazing itinerary. I had a day like that this past September where we started rope dropping early like that and then left the Magic Kingdom. I didn't go out drinking with a bunch of guys at the Raglan Road, but
Next time.
At the Irish pub.
You never know where the night's going to take
I'm going to tell Kevin on you.
Right.
He always says to me, "Did you try the crack?" And I don't know what that means yet. I've never had him describe it to me, but he'll be asking you what that is.
No, I'm too close to Washington D.C. I know what crack means around here.
Oh, okay. I don't know what he's talking about. Right. Okay. We have more fun. Did you do anything else for the first time?
Yeah, I did. Went to Toy Story Land for the first time.
Absolutely.
It wasn't there in March. We'll get to it a little later. Did the early morning magic, which just is an incredible experience. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. And I also did the Void for the first time. Went with a couple of friends, my brother and some relatives, did the Void, and it's phenomenal.
Oh.
I mean, I know you've done it. I know so many of the geeks have done it. Not only is it amazing the first time, but I can't wait to do it a second time, knowing what the script is, knowing how things go. It would be, I think, even more fun the second time.
Was the Wreck-It Ralph one there yet?
Missed it by 2 days.
I thought maybe so. Right. Yes.
It's opening up today, actually. I think there was a media preview this morning. I saw a couple of the bloggers were talking about that they were there at 8 a.m. Today on the 21st of November. Yeah, it'll be there starting now, and I guess next spring there'll be a Captain Marvel added into it. Hopefully it gets to the point where it's just kind of like going to the movie theater. You just show up at a big box. You say, I want to experience that one. And, they just overlay a different VR experience on your goggles. It's probably the same room.
I think this was an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but it got really nasty on Mars.
Oh, right. Yeah, it was a Total Recall.
Total Recall. This is starting to sound like Total Recall, Glenn.
That's right. Hopefully they don't unlock that I was a spy in my previous life.
Well, yes, right. You were, I wouldn't be surprised. You had some friends at least to do it. Was it 2 people at a time that do that experience? That's what we had. You were able to do 4? Oh, you did 4. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my, I know this was a solo trip, but it happened to coincide with my brother was heading down with his wife's family for a week. Their days almost exactly overlapped with mine.
All right.
So they were down there, and if I ever needed to tap into them, if they ever wanted to tap into what I was doing. And so one of the things that we said we were going to share was the void. So nice. Myself, my brother, my brother's brother-in-law, and then my brother's father-in-law. All of us
cool.
Did that.
Yeah.
That was.
Did you save the resistance?
Yeah, I think we did pretty good. I mean, we had so much fun. You go into that experience, and especially when you're there with people you're just acting like a goofball with one another. We were shooting one another.
Right.
We're trying to do the mission, and we're just shooting one another.
Yep.
And it's all good fun. But I think we accomplished our goals. I think we shot who we needed to shoot. And decoded messages.
What we had to decode, right? Good. Yeah. Love it. Wow, you still got more new stuff?
Yeah, I think we can kind of stop there.
All right. Well, tell me, what was it you were just mentioning that we were going to cover later?
Are we talking about the Disney artists here, right?
You're saying the part was before party. Did you do a?
Oh, sure. Yeah. The early morning magic.
Early morning magic.
Be confused with extra magic hours. I really wish they would come up with markedly different names for things. But anyway, so early morning magic at Hollywood Studios.
This is a paid event, right?
Yeah, it was $80 to get into the park. Now, here's what they advertised. It was all written up that from 7:30 till 8:45. You would have access to Toy Story Land on a day when the park opens up at 9. They also said that you would get a free breakfast item at the ABC commissary, in addition to a small continental buffet that would be available constantly. That is what they billed it as. That is not true.
All right. What's the truth?
So I was there the day before that at Hollywood Studios, and I got to talking with a cast member about that. I said, what should I know? And he said, well, number one, get here by 6:45, not 7:30. Get here by 6:45. They will let you go into the ABC commissary and start eating.
All right.
So you can be done with your food before you go on the rides and everything. So I did that.
Yeah.
And I was there at 6:45. I actually saw him again, and I got there at 6:47.
Great tip, because time is of an essence on these events. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you do not want to be wasting that hour 15. That's a short amount of time.
Yeah. It goes by fast. I know.
Or eating afterwards. They'll give you the food is available exclusively to the party members or whatever we want to call it until 10 o'clock. So nobody else can go into ABC commissary and eat the breakfast items until 10 o'clock. So you could go afterwards, after the day guests are already in from 9 to 10. But at that point, you should be, maybe enjoying some of the other rides while everyone is running over to Toy Story. You can go do walk on pretty much anything else. So what I did, I got in at 6:47. And I saw the same guy who told me to get there by 6:45, and he joked. He said, "You're late." I said, "Well, the bus dropped me off a half hour ago. I've been walking from the bus stop here ever since." So.
You had the Uber from the parking lot.
It's so far. Went and ate the food, and as I'm standing in the line for the food, the cast member who's there says, "Well, you can get more than one of these entrees. You don't have to just get the one, as it seems, in the description."
Bonus.
So there were 5 options. I tried 2. I got the charcuterie plate. What was the other thing that I got that first time? Anyway, one of the other items that first time. And it was so good. Both of the items were so good. I said, you know what? I'm going to come back. I'm going to go ride my rides now. And I'm going to come back at 9 o'clock or 9:30 or something like that. I'm going to get maybe 1 more or 2 more. Well, it turns out I ended up eating all the other 3. I got all 5 of the entrees. I ate all 5 of the entrees, and they were all phenomenally good.
Sounds like you got your money's worth.
Oh, my gosh, yeah.
Nice.
It was just unbelievably good food. Got in so many rides. I mean, I think they said there was 800 guests they permit in. 800 is all that they let into Toy Story Land, and you can go on any of the rides. I had done Alien Swirling Saucers the day before and didn't enjoy it as much as a solo traveler.
All right.
That would be with kids.
Yeah.
But so I ended up doing, 3 Midway Mania, 4 Slinky Dogs, and then ate 5 of the entrees, and I would consider that a win. $80, I thought that was just the best dollar spent at Disney.
Are the other rides open, or was it just basically for the Toy Story?
Only Toy Story rides are open.
All right. You got lots of time there then to enjoy those. That's awesome.
Yeah, I talked with a bunch of people when we were waiting in the very short lines. It seemed like the norm was 7 rides, that you could get in 7 rides and eat, whatever you wanted to with that time. And at the cost of Disney entrees. I mean, if each of those entrees is $12 and you're eating 5 of them, I mean, there's $60, or $50 right off the bat.
Yeah.
$50, $60 that you're paying for just the food. And then the ability to go on all those rides. I mean, incredible.
Perfect. Yeah. Again, we talk about this when we go with adults only couples, $80 doing with, you got a family of 5, it'd be quite a price tag.
Right.
But to do it solo, what the hell?
Definitely.
Right.
Definitely.
Nice. Did you do any other extras, Glenn?
No other extras.
All right.
No.
But I know you had a good, it's not a character meet. You had an artist meet, didn't you?
He was a character.
True enough. Are artist people characters?
Most of us tend to be a little eccentric, I think. But now, Kevin John Jabozinski, otherwise known as Kevin John or KJ, he's one of just 10 Disney Master artists. These are artists that are enlisted by Disney to produce artwork that is sold at the festivals and at the art stores that are on property. And Kevin John he's not only is he a great artist, he's very active on social media. He's very kind. And I could tell we had a lot of similarities. I reached out to him maybe 3 months ago to ask him some career advice, and just sent him a Facebook email. He didn't know me from anyone. And I was shocked. Within an hour, he had replied back with a thoughtful email. He had gone onto my website and researched my work and the school that I run, and even said some very kind things about,
Nice.
Not only my work, but my school. And so we hit it off right there.
Oh, I love that.
Long story short, I had been doing images of Disney characters. I think you guys know that. And he basically said I would stop doing those if you have any interest in ever being hired by Disney to be a Disney artist. And while legally I'm okay because I'm painting still life toys, I'm painting toys. Okay. It would not put me in the best light for Disney if I ever wanted to be a Disney artist, which, life is long.
Yeah.
And, maybe 10, 20 years from now, I would like to do that.
Yeah.
So I pulled them down off the website. Most of them I'm hanging in the home, but I wanted to give him one of those paintings as a thank you for that very welcome, wonderful advice. And of course, I got all these paintings that I can't sell anymore. So what else am I going to do with them, right? Kidding. So yeah, so I wanted to meet him, and I knew he was there on the last day of the festival, not the Festival of the Arts, the Food and Wine Festival. The day I arrived was the last day that he was going to be doing meet and greets in the festival center. And I know I had this 1 hour window, so I made my way over there. I carried this painting on my luggage and schlepped it from 2 a.m. in Washington, D.C. till noon when I met him down there and presented him with it and a thank you. And again, he couldn't have been nicer. Nice. He was very genuine, talked with me for like a half hour. If he's ever in D.C., I've offered him he can come and stay with us. And he's a Ravens fan, and so am I. So we'll go to a Ravens game or something like that. Just the kindest guy. And he wrote a nice little letter on a little note for me on one of his pieces of artwork that he gave to me.
It's so great to connect with people that obviously you have a passion together with, isn't it? And that's my story of my technical exploits and going to technical conferences in Disney World and having the same kind of experiences. Oh, and I want to tell you, Glenn, please plug your artwork and your studio here. And if you want to sell on the Geek and Family Facebook group, it's private. And I know Chris Cates, I think, has bought a piece of your art, isn't she?
Yeah.
And so,
Chris had been to a location that I had painted.
I totally support Glenn's artwork. If you guys want to just reach out to Glenn for that. And I guess he's got some hidden gems now that are available for sale.
Under the table only.
There you go. Right. Nice.
Well, thanks, Kurt. I appreciate that. It's glenkessler.com, 1 N, 2 S's. And you can find anything. Thank you. Yeah, well, that was obviously a huge highlight, and that's got the trip started. That was 2 hours after I touched down on Orlando soil, was able to have that happen, and I was
Good
with
start.
that. But yeah, I had so many fun events and activities that happened. I actually participated in Dapper Day this year.
Really? I didn't know they had that while you were there.
Absolutely. They do it twice a year. There's a spring and a fall. I didn't plan my trip around it, but when I saw that it was going to coincide with the day that I was there, I ordered some suspenders and a bow tie and dusted off my newsboy cap and said, yeah, let's try it out.
Were there others partaking then along with you?
Yeah, there were 2 days. So they did it on Saturday and Sunday. Was that the 17th and the 18th of November. The Saturday was morning at Animal Kingdom and then evening at Magic Kingdom. So they switched around 3 p.m.
Oh.
And then Sunday was going to be at Epcot.
Are these official Walt Disney World events, or are they just fan-based?
Yeah, they are not official. They are completely fan-based, but they've got websites, and there were a ton of people participating in it. They even had something to kick off. I didn't go to this one, but on Friday night at Paddlefish, they had a Dapper Day meet and greet before anything gets started, kind of wear your nice clothes. Cool. I'm not super into it. I'm an artist. I wear jeans with, holes in the knees most of the time and paint on everything. So this was rare for me to get dressed up, but I had fun. I did it one day. I did it the Saturday at Animal Kingdom, Magic Kingdom. Yeah. And it was fun. I got to tell you, it was a little awkward doing it as a solo. That's the only thing I would say is don't do this as a solo thing, because you end up walking around and people are looking at you and you just feel like a weirdo, as opposed to when you're doing it with a group and, you have themed things together. I saw some really creative, half Dapper, half Disney bounding combinations, a Mickey and a Minnie, Eric and Ariel, some really cool things. But as a solo, I actually sat down at Satuli for a little bit, and there was another solo Dapper person, and we got to talk. We're like, this is weird walking around by yourself like this. I was like, yeah, we should do this with a group next time. So word to the wise.
Well, let me ask you this then: what was really fun, or kind of must do as a solo adult?
Wow, too many good things. I guess the main thing, Kurt, probably would be you can do whatever you want. And you can run from one side of the park to the other. You can just do things on the whim, on the fly as a solo traveler. That's always the freedom that you have. You can jump from park to park. I mean, I did that multiple times. I hit 3 parks in one day, twice, maybe 3 times, just because I found Fast Pass and, was like, this sounds like fun. There are a bunch of single rider lines at the parks. Expedition Everest at Animal Kingdom, and Rock and Roller Coaster at Hollywood Studios, and then Test Track at Epcot. Yeah. The 4th one is actually Slinky Dog. There's a split off that occurs at the Fast Pass standby line merge, where they create a single rider line. As crowds die down, hopefully that becomes a true single rider. But it can save you maybe 5-10 minutes if you're a solo traveler and you do Slinky Dog.
Oh, great advice. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Especially being a new attraction. That's a great deal.
Yeah. I think I don't think anyone knows about that, but do be sure just to let them know that you're a solo, and they'll put you on a different line that speeds you up just a little bit.
Did you have any quests? That's what I would do. I would have like you said, a multi park, but did you have any quests or must-dos that you really were able to get after?
The only one that was like a quest like that was becoming double galactic hero on Buzz Lightyear. And I failed. And what's worse is my brother did it right in front of me with my nephew, with his son. They were sitting just in the car right in front of me. We all kind of geeked up, the whole family of 11. We said, we're going to go ride Buzz. And we were talking smack about who was going to get the high score. And I was like, well, I know where all the secrets are.
Yeah. And you failed and he did it.
I failed. Well, I got one galactic hero and the other one got to about 400,000, which, on any normal day I would be just ecstatic about. But then the fact that he's sitting right in the car in front of me and I can watch, and he's got the 6 9s on both scoreboards, just like, broke me. But we turned it into such a beautiful experience. I was riding with, follow me here, my brother-in-law's son, who had
who is nothing to me, of course, right, genetically, but is just the sweetest boy, Sammy. So Sammy, if you're listening, we had such a great time.
Nice.
And Sammy kind of became my surrogate son for that night, which was so fun.
Nice.
And so he rode with me, and he got the 400,000, and I got the 999. But I gave him my Galactic Hero, honor. So my brother and his son, plus my little Sammy boy, when we all got off the ride, I said, guys, you know what happens when you're a Galactic Hero, right? And they didn't know about it, that there's a sticker that you get. So when you're exiting Buzz, for those who don't know, when you're exiting Buzz, go past the photos to the little desk that's there where people can buy photos. And if you let them know that you've attained Galactic Hero status, you got the 9s, then they'll give you a sticker. Well, because there were 3 of them and 2 of them were little young guys, the cast member, he went above and beyond. He got all 3 of their names. He screamed out loud, "Ladies and gentlemen," I put a video of this on the Facebook page. "Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to honor Andy, Jeff, and Sam here for becoming Galactic Heroes. Hooray!" And the kids are going nuts, and they got their sticker and everything like that.
I love it. And what's the trick to becoming the Galactic Hero?
Oh, well, there are 2 spots that you can get 100,000 points on. And so if you know what those spots are, then you just have to hit those 9 times and then a couple of other little items around to crack 9999.
All right.
And so you can Google those if you want to find them. There's one in the first room and there's one in the third room. But the real secret is you need a breakdown to happen. You need to get stuck in a room where you can shoot something as much as you can. And that is what happened on our ride too.
Oh, really? You got stopped so you were able to keep shooting?
Yeah, that's why we said there's an asterisk on this on these Galactic Heroes for Jeff. Yeah, he can just keep shooting. The targets stay live. It's not like Toy Story Mania where when that one goes frozen, it kind of goes
shuts down. Yeah,
yeah,
it's all electronic. Yeah, nice. Yep. Wow, Glenn, what have we not covered that you want to tell us about?
How about some pixie dust?
Yes, give me some pixie dust.
Had a lovely little pixie dust moment at Woody's Lunchbox. I went onto the app. I had wanted to get their special holiday Pop-Tart, which was a cinnamon and cranberry Pop-Tart. And I'd seen it on the app earlier in the day. Well, at night when I went back to get it, I dialed up the mobile app because there was a long line, at least a 20-minute line to order there. And I didn't see it. So I went over to a cast member, Robin, and I said, is there something wrong with the app? I'm not seeing this Pop-Tart showing up on there. And she said, well, let me go check. Sometimes, things can be glitchy. Sometimes they run out.
Sure.
Sometimes they're out for the day. And so she disappeared. And I said, well, listen, I'm going to go stand online just so I can start making a dent in that line. And she came back maybe 3-4 minutes later with the Pop-Tart. It had been slightly damaged. It was the last Pop-Tart of the day. We had no Pop-Tarts left. But this one was just missing a little piece of sugar. And she said, here, this is for you, for your trouble, no charge.
Oh, good.
So I thought that was outstanding.
I love that.
A nice cast compliment, of course, as she went above and beyond. And so that was just a nice moment.
Yeah, when you give a cast compliment, tell everyone what that really means. I think you're talking about when you do something, either bringing it to the front desk there or online.
Absolutely. There's a number of ways you can do it. You can go online to Twitter or Facebook, and you can, if you include the hashtag cast compliment, then, maybe a picture or a little statement about what happened. Disney will be notified of that, and then a little special accommodation goes into their into their file. They can get bonuses and such like that. I mean, you can never tip a Disney cast member. They will never accept your money. But this is a way that you can offer them some kind of a bonus. Now, the other thing you can do is go to guest services at the park and let them know.
Right.
And then another one that I only heard about from another website, and I asked about it, nobody seemed to know, was a compliment card that you can get from a cast member or from their manager. Okay. I did ask about that one for Robin at Woody's Lunchbox. She didn't know about it, so I'm not sure how reliable that one is.
Okay. Yeah, there's sometimes someone doesn't know. Well, you are one of our best tip givers and researcher, I think. And so what would be your best advice? Let's talk about for a solo goer or otherwise. What's some of your best Disney advice for newbies?
Well, we've covered so many of the tips already, and I'll just kind of reiterate the importance of getting familiar with My Disney Experience and how to get those 4th, 5th, 6th fast passes, especially as a single traveler. You're going to be able to get fast passes all through the day at pretty much any park, but especially at Magic Kingdom. There's no reason that you should ever be waiting in a line more than about 5 minutes. You should be able to walk on, pretty much the whole time you're there.
Oh, yeah.
But the secret is when you tap your band for that last fast pass, if it's the 3rd, if it's your first 3, or if it's your 4th, 5th, or whatever, as soon as you tap it at the tap style on the ride, have My Disney Experience already open on your phone and book that next
Start looking. Start looking.
And what I would say is simply accept the first thing that pops up so that you can then enter into what's the real secret, what the real tip is here, which is modifying. Modify that. Every time you hit modify, or rather every time when you're in the modify screen, you tap on a different time window or morning, afternoon, evening, it will cycle through and give you totally different it'll give you totally different options of rides and times. Yeah. And you can work that. I mean, sometimes it's 2 times, sometimes it's 20 times, so that you have a ride that will start within the next 5-10 minutes. Wow. So by the time you're off the current ride, you've already got your next fast pass booked on your next one. And you can repeat that. I think I've said my record was 17 fast passes. And,
wow.
You could do probably better than that.
Oh, we should try to challenge you. I don't know if I could do it with my gang, but it's a lot easier when you're in solo. But someone had asked this in the Facebook group, what do you think your success rate is in terms of getting some of those hard to get ones when you're doing that type of, going after number 4 or 5? Are you able to get some of the harder ones?
Well, it definitely depends on the park and the crowd level, I would say. So Magic Kingdom is going to be the one that you're going to have the most success. They have no tiers and they have so many rides. The other parks are very difficult, especially those tier 1 fast passes. You're going to have a tough time getting anything within that next 5-10 minutes. You may get a 4th or a 5th test track or a Soarin' or something like that later in the day, but then you've got to sit and wait, for that to come up for hours, and you can't get any fast passes in the meantime.
I know Test Track has been tough. Even I think it still is. Like, it could sell out during the day on a busy day, right?
Yeah, I noticed that as well. Last year, Test Track, I was able to get it much more frequently. Okay. This time, not so much. The other thing I noticed, and I don't know if this was just anecdotal and too small of a sample size, but Test Track was down a lot during my visit.
Some things never change.
Yeah. So I'm sure that complicates things. I mean, maybe they pull back on extra fast passes when that happens. I don't know. But yeah, Test Track was constantly. I only got on it one time the whole trip. And normally that's a ride that I like to go on a bunch of times.
Yeah, right.
But it's just the single rider lines were 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Wow.
Even on slow days when other rides, when the land was still sitting at 5 minutes or walk on for Test Track to be all the way up at 35 single rider.
I think one of the tips is no matter, even if you think it's a low crowd, you've got to work your techniques to skip ride lines. And that's never doesn't matter what time of year you're there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and just go in with knowledge. And I would say this is the best thing about listening to podcasts like Geekin' is get to the point where you're an expert, where you know where things are, where you know how systems work and all of that, so that you can be flexible, so that you can adjust on the fly. Because, if you go in and you say, well, we said we were going to do, let's say, Living with the Land at 4 p.m. and there's an hour-long wait for Living with the Land, please go somewhere else. That ride is not worth waiting an hour. And I love that ride. But
our rule, anything over a 30-minute wait is it's a bypass.
I agree. I totally agree. But you have to have that knowledge of where you are in the park, what your other options are, and really just to kind of chill sometimes and take advantage of, every minute at Disney is an opportunity to look around at little details or smells and sights and things like that. Just be, beef up on your knowledge so that you can be flexible and not have to stand in those lines. That's the most important thing, I would say.
Well, you're so knowledgeable, but did you learn anything new on this trip?
I mean, I definitely learned about early morning magic 6:45. I thought that was really fun.
There you go.
I learned actually, this is a thing. So sometimes when I go to Magic Kingdom, and you're hungry for a breakfast sandwich, the only place to really go is the Starbucks right on Main Street. Well, everybody's stopping there, huge lines.
Yeah.
If you head out to Frontierland, Westward Ho, which is one of those little carts across from Country Bears, they have a breakfast sandwich, and it was delicious. It was inexpensive at like $6.50.
What was it?
It was a croissant. It was a multigrain croissant with egg and bacon and 2 types of cheese, I want to say.
Wow, an egg sandwich. Hooray.
Egg sandwich for $6.50 and no line. And they have coffee there too, and they have pastries. So there's a hidden tip. Skip the Main Street Bakery and head out to Frontierland. Go ahead and get yourself no line and a really good sandwich and coffee and whatever you need.
Well, finally, this trip report was so beneficial for me. Now I know where I can get a breakfast egg sandwich.
There you go.
Magic Kingdom. Glen, you are so much fun to have on the show. Thank you for being hey, did you meet any other geeks or any other, friend meetups that you didn't mention already?
No, just the Castros and Holly and Peter.
All right.
That was this time. But Miss Rachel Wright, we tried to get together, but
she's fun. Yeah.
She seems like a lot of fun. And I've been following her posts. She's carrying on this wonderful tradition of involving us all in her trips. And that's the thing I love most about this community, especially when I'm down there, is even though I'm a solo traveler, I've always got the geeks, responding and being part of the experience with me. So thank you, Kurt. And thank you everyone for participating in my trip with me.
You are awesome, Glen. You are always welcome here. You are one of our stars, and you've been around since the very beginning.
That's right. I started listening at episode 4. Was your guest on episode 12 even? I'll never forget that. But we love all the old school people, and we love all the new school people too. And it's just a beautiful community you've built, Kurt.
It's so true. You'd say like I don't want to be on my phone the whole time I'm on vacation, but if you're waiting in lines and you want to share things, I don't find it to be a problem at all or inconvenience. I do enjoy that same thing, Glen, and I do all the Facebook. I mean, sometimes it's a little awkward. I've got wires hanging off my head, and
right.
It's not always. Quite honestly, it's not the most. I don't like having a lot of things encumbered. I don't like to have a backpack or a lot of other gear and stuff, but it does certainly enhance my time down there too. I totally agree with you. Well, did we miss anything, Glen?
I would just say there were a couple of underrated, overrated things that I was going to mention.
Let's do it.
I think the geeks will enjoy.
Yes, you know the questions as well as I do. Go for it.
So, a really wonderful, underrated thing that we took advantage of is the Photo Pass photographers at Disney Springs. This is the little studio inside building.
We just discovered it too. Matter of fact, Holly told us about it. Yeah.
Oh, and I had never been in. I knew it existed from the podcast, but I'd never been in. Well, we had just finished. The boys had just finished The Void.
Right.
The 4 of us.
Yep, it's in that girls,
area. And the girls on from that side of the family, they had all gotten dolled up at Bippity Boppity Boutique.
Oh, okay.
And so there were 3 girls that were princesses. The whole family was there. Everybody was feeling good. And I was the only one with an annual pass. And I said, guys, and they didn't have Memory Maker. I said, guys, we can go in here and you can get amazing photographs, everyone involved with backgrounds. This is me just knowing that's kind of what it does. Yeah. The experience could not have been better.
Oh, like nobody in there too, was there, or what?
Yeah, nobody. We walked in there. They took. We had to have been there for 20, 30 minutes, taking pictures with all different combinations of our groups and all different backgrounds, and then they have a professional photographer studio right next to it that you can get those done. I mean, we could have had our Christmas cards all done, from that experience. And that's free. I mean, if you're an annual pass holder, if you have Memory Maker, that is free, and you're getting professional photographs with really cool backgrounds, or with the more traditional, strong lighting from the side, gray background. And I just thought that was a hidden gem and something that we tremendously enjoyed.
Nice job. Good. Was there something overrated?
Unfortunately, and I don't know how unpopular this is going to be.
All right. You got to take the heat, right, to Glen.
I'll take the heat.
His website now.
Exactly. Well, in the hopes that this will save someone time and energy.
Yeah.
I thought that the gingerbread house at the Grand Floridian was overrated. Now, I thought it was amazing that they built it, but and maybe it has changed over the years. I don't know. This was my first experience with it. From one side, the gingerbread house, when you come in, is a 15-foot tall gingerbread house. Yes. On the other side, and this is obviously then why it's there, they're selling gingerbread. And I thought, oh, well, maybe they're giving away gingerbread samples or something like that. No, it's very expensive gingerbread that they're selling on the other side. And they've got that line working all day. So, it was a combination of the fact that, what seemed like a really cute extra bonus thing was actually a shop that they had kind of set up to lure you in and get you to overpay for the gingerbread. So, that's not what I was expecting. I guess I was expecting something guests could walk inside of. No, you walk outside of it. Only cast members are in there selling stuff. I expected maybe that there would be a small sample of a gingerbread cookie they'd be giving away. Here's a piece of the house to take with you or something like that. It was not that. So I found that to be a little bit different than what I expected, and I'll call that overrated, unfortunately.
Or a tourist trap.
Yeah. I mean, it was cute. It was charming. They had little stories, and there's a hidden Mickey challenge that the kids can do while they're waiting in line. I mean, it's well done, but it was not what I was expecting, and I just wanted others to kind of know that that's what you're walking into there, especially if you're going with kids and they're going to want some of that gingerbread. You're going to spend $20-$30 on gingerbread for your family if you go there.
That's good to know. I like to know about that. We want our expectations to be met, and sometimes, I don't know, we blow these things up in our head too, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Well, Glenn, you know what? You have a beautiful family there. You're going to have a great day tomorrow, I bet. You got some plans for Thanksgiving?
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Kurt. Yeah, we're hosting for the first time.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we moved into a new house last year, but nice. my trip with AJ and my parents ended the day before Thanksgiving last year. So this time I made it back on the Monday prior. So yeah, we're nice. Going to host this year, and are you guys doing something good there?
It's going to be easy. I'm going to my sister's house. My parents are going to be there, but it's going to be. I love Thanksgiving, getting together with family. So I love to eat. I got some football to watch, and I'm excited for it. And I'm thankful for people like you that are part of this Geekin' family. So once again, thanks for sharing your trip with us.
Absolutely, my pleasure. Thank you for allowing me to be on and share, not only in the group but here on the podcast. Look forward to hearing it live.
Talk to you soon, my friend.
Thank you, Kurt. Take care.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Well, there you go. Another awesome recording and trip report with one of our super geeks, Glen Kessler. Boy, he does an awesome job telling us tips and giving us all kinds of great things to try when we're down there in the parks. Now a solo trip. Thank you so much, Glenn. That was an awesome review and intro that you gave us very in the beginning. You were just the perfect person to do that. And actually what I'm doing is I'm going outside for a little walk. I'm actually using one of my Christmas presents. I thought I gotta get some exercise in. And I thought I'd do a little live recording and walking around my neighborhood. The weather here is about 42 degrees, although the wind is blowing, so it'll be really challenging to see if my brand new muffler, windsock, or whatever you want to call it, that tries to break the wind for my recording will work as I get ready for our January trip. Well, I'll be doing my coffee walks. But I thought I'd do a little bit of shout outs and look back on the past year of podcasting, which has been another fantastic year. We just have one of those podcasts that I think any podcaster would kind of die to have. We've got such a great audience. You can tell by the people we bring on the show and their engagement and excitement and knowledge of Disney worlds, and we have such amazing engagement in our Facebook group. I get messages all the time and emails, and it's just been fabulous. I got to do a shout out for some of the regulars like Jennifer Glambos and EJ Cruz from Fairy Tale Concierge. Congratulations to them. Just learned for 2018 They were both in the top 10 for Fairy Tale Concierge travel agents and the bookings that they did and the success that they've had. And it's a tribute to the service that they provide to their clients, and they're just awesome to work with. So thanks for supporting Mom and Judy and I in the past year. We love working with you guys and love you guys to death. Great parts of our community. And what about the girls' trip that they did in August with Holly and Chris Cates and Jeanette Lynn and Janet Braverman? It's just like so cool to. That was a big goal of this podcast, was to bring friends together, have friends that can meet to have this common interest and love of Walt Disney World. So to see that happen and be really organic is just huge for me, and I love it when I get a chance to get down and meet people like, oh, here comes a car. We got some of the street noises out here, but the wind's not as bad on this main road I'm walking on. But a big shout out to my daughter, adopted daughter, Holly Burcase, and her husband Peter. Can't wait to see them here in January. And how cool is it we got together, and Holly had a big year in her Disney Run exploits. Great goals of health and fitness. But it's so exciting when she surprised me and actually ran a half marathon for the Wine and Dine this fall and surprised me with that. And then we said, well, wow, let's get our own Run Disney team together. So that's been exciting, getting that kicked off and seeing people get interested in that and getting prepared for 2019, where we'll have some friends that will go down and do the Star Wars with Holly, and she'll be our team captain. My daughter, Lindsay, she's had a great year finishing up the semester. She had a lot of courses that she still needed as requirements for her graduation, which is going to happen in May of this year. That's so exciting. She got a 4.0 on all of her courses. And so my two sweet daughters that come on and co-host with me, I love the variety they bring and the knowledge, and love those two to death. And it's always fun. You know, I've always been proud of the consistency of the podcast. I remember we were looking at doing this podcast for a couple of years, but there was a time, actually in a month when we first got started, that we missed a month, and it was because actually it wasn't me, it was Lindsay who wasn't ready to record, and I started opening it up to more folks and continued to build a community, and I've been really consistent, really proud of that. But it's so much fun that she continues to come on and be excited about being on the podcast. Well, geeks, through the magic of podcasting, I decided to stop that recording that I was doing yesterday in the wind and also the high traffic area I was walking in. So I'm up Sunday morning and I'm walking out my front yard, and I'm going to head down to a quieter area. It's actually lightly snowing here. You know, without the wind, though, it's not nearly as cold. I'll just hope I don't slip and fall. But let me continue with my thoughts from last year and looking into the future of 2019. Here it is, Sunday, December 30th. And, you know, you always look back on the past year and you have hope for the future year, and it's really getting exciting. I want to continue with my shout outs, and how can I forget my beautiful and lovely wife, Margita, or we call her Mama, and her good friend and special friendship she has with who we call Auntie Judy. And I am so proud and excited with what they're doing with the travel agency also. They have so much fun with the community, and I love it when they are engaged with them also, but especially now with the travel agency, you know, it's so cool on so many different levels. We've always wanted to have a business of our own, or a part-time business, and I didn't really actually know what I was going to do when we started the podcast. And this revelation of including the travel agency there has really worked out so great. It's great for us to offer our knowledge and service and be able to serve others with the travel agency, and it's free to them. I mean, it's just like such a win-win win there. I think the best example of that also is a trip that we just put together for Auntie Judy's nephew, and they had not been to Disney World. They actually did a video, and actually Auntie Judy helped out with this when she was there in April with her family. She had a lot of the characters video record messages to her nephew's daughter, who's 6 years old and wanted to do all the princess things. So she had all the princesses say happy birthday and a special message, and her nephew then recorded lots of messages from their family, and they created this amazing video. I hope we get a chance to share it with you guys, because it shows that magic of Disney World when they were actually keeping it as a secret, this trip at Christmas time for their daughter. And to see her face when it's revealed and they show the video to her of everyone saying, guess what, you're going to Disney World, including all the characters that Auntie Judy had recorded. It was just an amazing, Mom showed it to me. We were out, I think, and she showed me some of that video, actually at church, I think, and we're on our way home. It really hit me that this is the experience that we've help to enhance through the podcast and we get a lot of feedback from people thanking us for the tips that come through our trip reports or the round tables we do. But now also with the travel agency, we bring these special moments to people and we make them better for people. And so we really are serving people, which is just one of my core values anyway. As a person, I've always loved serving people, whether it's through the work that I do in technology or now with the podcast, doing something fun that started out as a hobby. And I'm just so proud of Mama and Judy and the way that they've taken to this. They talk about it and enjoy it all the time. It's so much fun to see them doing that part of it. And I thought I was going to be able to do it, including working full time. But I think it's a great lesson for anyone who's looking to do, a side business, that they definitely have to have their spouse engaged in working with them, if not only to share your talents. And she's got those great organization talents. She knows all the technical pieces as well as Judy, and they help each other. And we share with Jen and EJ also, and they share with us their knowledge, and it really works out great for everybody. And I can do the fun part of talking on the podcast, maybe, just promoting it and also giving my knowledge and helping people. I do that also. And I love doing that part. And really, that's part of my thoughts for the future coming up this year, is to be really personally engaged with listeners and how much I enjoy it and helping folks. But really that revelation of, wow, I thought at first we were just talking about Disney World, but the podcast and the travel agency has become way more than that. It's amazing the people that reach out to us, that thank us, on such a regular basis. Shout out to the podcast and everyone from the Geekin' family who support us. There was a little best of 2018 Disney World podcast survey that was out by a website called Disney Inspires. At first I wasn't going to do anything about it, and then I wasn't going to promote it, and Judy actually did it without me knowing on our Facebook group, and then I got into it a little bit. It was kind of fun. And to see us get ranked number 4 of all the podcasts that were out there for Disney World, which probably ranges in the 150 or so, it's pretty inspiring. And it's just been another amazing year. It's something, if you guys are starting a show or doing anything in your spare time, it just takes time. You got to be dedicated and excited and have some enthusiasm for it. But it is something that really is fun. Looking forward to the coming year. And how about the trips we took last year in January? Did 2 weeks down in Disney World with Judy and Ken, and then we did a surprise trip in September, which was great, so we could see Slinky Dog. And the folks that we met from the community have been just absolutely awesome. And we're just looking to do more of that in 2019. So much looking forward to that. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this Geekin' family. I hope you get some inspiration from all of these things I've been talking about. And you continue to inspire us as we enjoy this Disney World together in the coming year of 2019. I see the excitement that's coming from folks that are going to be going to the Grand Geekin' Gathering, what we're calling the G3 in October. We've got lots of friends going to meet us in January too. I look forward to doing that. And we've got lots of clients that are lining up to take trips this year. I'm looking forward to working with them and making it the best trip for them that we possibly can. So everybody who's listening, I want you to have an amazing 2019. Go for your dreams. Make it happen. My goal this year is to serve others. That's what I'm focused on, whether it's at my job or whether it's in the podcast, helping you guys have an amazing time in Disney World or other travels. That's what I'm looking for, and I encourage you guys to do the same. And like I always like to say at the end of our show, thanks for going geeking on Walt Disney World with us. We love you, geeks. Have a magical day, a magical week. Let's have a magical 2019, and we'll see you in the new year.
Please stand clear of the doors. Por favor, manténganse alejado de las puertas.
Hey, Glenn.
Hey, Kurt. How you doing?
I'm doing great.
Good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I never get to talk to you in the morning. It's fun.
Yeah. That's a good time for it, with me being off.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm off this week too. Nice to make my own schedule, so that's nice.
That's great. Yes. What's going on?
I can see you. Can you see me? Here, I'll turn my video on.
We can try it with video on. You know, as I just did there you are. I did a recording via FaceTime last 2 days, and it worked out great without any garbled gook. How's your Wi-Fi?
Good. I'm sitting right next to the router. You remember last time I had to move from one space to another. So you tell me if I break up at all, and we can.
Yeah, if we get stuck, I'll let you know. But we can do it. Try it this way and see how it goes.
Awesome. So you're drinking coffee this morning instead of
just iced tea.
Beer? Iced tea, nice. Yeah, I'm having a soda.
I had my coffee.
Different than our normal, drinking beer cocktail at night.
That's so far. Well, I'm going to go see Wreck-It Ralph with Lindsay.
Nice.
Probably not long after we get done here.
That's awesome. We bought tickets for Friday and then take the whole family.
Nice. Yeah, I actually had there's like a point system at work, and I was trying out for the first time. And so I'm hoping these tickets work at the theater we're going to. I printed them out, so it's like a freebie if it works.
Oh, that's awesome. Great.
Yeah.
Good luck. I hope it does work.
Yeah, it's like the first day, except they started showing it last night, I guess.
Yeah, that's weird. I noticed there were some showings, some Tuesday night showings. It must be because it's Thanksgiving.
I guess. Yeah, it's weird because the date is officially today, but we'll see how we make it. Lindsay said there were openings still available yesterday, so we'll do that. And so, Glenn, I have an intro for you. I'm going to use the same intro. Is that all right?
That works.
You all right with that?
Still true.
Good. And I saw your note about talking about the solo trip, so we'll definitely do that. We'll use that as a theme. And other than that, you know the deal.
Yeah, I've got most of the questions. I don't have like one must do for kids because I didn't go with any kids.
Yeah, we'll leave that off.
But I think we'll definitely be able to fill the time.
Must do for solo trips.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. Well, there are a lot of solo trips I'm seeing. I don't know if this is like a trend or what, but there are a ton of solo trips I've been noticing people have either been going on or booked.
This is weird. This is a weird trend, and I think the Geekin' family can help out with that problem.
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
That's right. Well, that's actually something I'm going to say, which is like, that you're never really alone.
That's
when you
it.
Go down there.
Not if you're a member of this gang.
That's right. Yeah, it's amazing.
You don't have to be. All right, I'm gonna ready. See if I can play these at the same time. You know what? I don't know why my Mac slides over when I go to my browser. It's like I can't see both at the same time. I'll hear it a little bit. Now I got a little bit of both. See if I can see my questions. I think I'm good. Let's do it. This is my second one of the day.
I thought I saw that somewhere on Facebook or something like that. So you had one already? What,
this morning,
8 o'clock or something like that?
Yeah, like 7:30. I started it.
I love it.
I'm ready to go.
Well, that's good. Yeah, I just listened to the podcast this week, and she was talking about getting ahead. So, like, you're going to have about 4 months worth of these you record all week.
I don't know what. I must be obsessed. It's not like necessary. But I definitely wanted to talk to you.
Well, thank you. Yeah, Disney and obsession. I don't understand how those two can possibly go together.
You can't relate.
No. That's great. Well, good. Yeah, I was having so much fun, interacting with the Facebook group, and happy to do the recording too. Help to supplement it all.
Let's do it. All right. Yeah. Oh, it just started getting garbled again, but not bad.
Oh, good.
Not bad. I'm trying to find my Skype here. It's going to turn it back on. Oh, it still says poor network. I wonder. So I did a couple on FaceTime. And do you have Mac?
Yeah, I got a MacBook Pro.
Yeah. Maybe I might. FaceTime came out better last. Well, this wasn't too bad. We only had a couple issues, but it might be better than Skype.
Well, I'm more familiar with FaceTime, so
yeah, we'll try that next time.
If we ever want to do that next time, sure. Yeah, that works. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Skype. I logged in. I have 2 Skype accounts, and I never know which one I'm logging into. This one I couldn't remember the password. I had to reset it. It's just not an app I use a lot.
Well, we'll do FaceTime next time.
Sounds good.
All right, dude. Have a good day. I'm gonna go see Wreck-It Ralph, I think.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, enjoy it. And Holly and Peter already saw it. They said it was outstanding.
Oh, good. Yeah, I saw some early reviews are starting to come in that look good too. So good. Lindsay loves that too. All right.
All right.
Happy
dude. Thanksgiving.
You too. See you later.
All right. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye.
Yay.